This is very serious, and CNN should be sanctioned.
Hello, gist lovers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're talking about politics. Yes, let's get into it. Let's dissect, okay? Today's gist is juicy. It's fun. It's like comedy. All right, if you're seeing this face for the first time, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe, like, and share if you love contents like this, okay? So, let's get into the topic of the day. Today, we're talking about Nigerian politics. We're talking about Lekki toll gate massacre. We're talking about CNN findings. We're talking about the response from the Nigerian politicians. Because although the media is saying Nigeria threatens to sanction CNN, no, I beg to differ. Don't say Nigeria, say those bloodthirsty politicians threatens to sanction CNN. All right, so let's dive into this. Okay, so you'll be wondering, who is Lai Mohammed? Let me just pull this up here for you. Okay, so Lai Mohammed is the current Nigerian Minister of Information and Culture. You know, he is a lawyer, a former National Publicity Secretary of All Progressive Congress, APC. That's the ruling party in Nigeria. They have APC, they have PDP. You know, the PDP is People's Democratic Party, while APC is All Progressive Congress. Okay, so that's what it is. So, let me take you back a little bit. I'm smiling because it's really not a laughing matter, but when you look at the way the Nigerian politicians they behave, you just cannot help but to laugh. It is unbelievable. I just don't understand how you can catch somebody pounce down and the person is still denying. How somebody is being caught red-handed and the person is still saying, no, this didn't happen. The only thing I can think, it's a crazy person. It's only a crazy person that would do something like this. To think that the Nigerian politicians would do something like this is really mind-blowing. But for we as Nigerians, we're not surprised. If you are a Nigerian, then you know that you can expect anything from these men. Like these old men that refuse to step down for the younger people to rule. They always want to rule and pass it over to their children, grandchildren. You know, this whole godfatherism thing, it's extremely crazy in Nigeria. You know, if you do not know someone, you're not going to win your election. It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how clean and how packed your CV is. And same with the jobs, everything. If you do not know someone, you're just not going anywhere. They don't care if you have the best degree from Cambridge, from Oxford. They do not care. They still will give that job to someone that is less qualified than you, as far as that person knows someone. It's all about Godfather. That's how they operate there. So, this, right now as I'm talking to you, as I'm shooting this video, it's been a month already since the Lekki toll gate massacre. You know, the Nigerian youth took to the streets to protest about ending SARS and stop police brutality. As I'm even talking to you right now, recently, is it yesterday or the day before, an innocent person has been shot dead. If you check the news, you will see it. They shot and killed someone just because one of the politicians was on his convoy and they said they felt threatened. I don't know how you will feel threatened by ordinary newspaper sellers. And they shot and killed one of those vendors. You can imagine, this is someone that is struggling, standing under the sun to sell newspapers just to make sure he can feed his family. And they just shot and killed him. And all the politician could say was, the policeman that did that has been suspended. Excuse me, somebody died. What are you telling us about somebody being suspended and the whole brouhaha that you're talking about? That's how they're going to sweep that under the carpet. Another innocent citizen has been killed for no reason. For no reason. Just because a politician is on a convoy going somewhere. Everyone else needs to go to hell. when they all come out. This is what we're talking about. Okay, let me go back to the topic because I'm digressing a bit, but I'm just trying to let you people know, like I want you to understand the scenario, the whole thing, because some people might be thinking, okay, if the Minister of Information is saying that CNN is it's actually wrong for their findings and their investigation is not true and they should be sanctioned. Maybe they are right, CNN should be sanctioned. But I'm telling you, before you draw that conclusion, let me just break it all down to you. So when the youths took to the streets to protest, peaceful protest that was going on in Lagos and other parts of Nigeria, all the other 36 states. So the Lagos toll gates, Lekki toll gate, they have several toll gates. The Lekki toll gates, that was one of the points where people stood to protest. You know, so on that day that they went and they shoot and killed people, I think yesterday or today made it a month. It's a month now, one full month. And yet, there's nothing to show. So, the youths posted the videos, people like DJ Switch that did live stream from the venue where this happened, uploaded the video, and there were photos and there were evidence that these things happened. But the politicians were saying to the rest of the world, when the rest of the world started asking questions, people like CNN, BBC and other international news station, they started asking questions. They wanted to know what's going on. The politicians were denying it. The Lagos State governor came out and said nobody died, and later he said just 2 people, it was just 2 casualties. Only 2 people died after he had said there were no casualties. The Nigerian army came out and said it was not the army, it was not the military, it was not them. Some federal government came out and put their statement. Instead of them to talk about what happened, they said they will make sure this protest doesn't happen. Tell me, if it's a democracy, and with the definition of democracy, shouldn't people be allowed to speak? People should be allowed to speak their mind. That is what democracy is about. Okay? It's not a military regime that you're not allowed to speak your mind. In democracy, you're allowed to talk. But in Nigeria, no, that's not the case. Okay, so after that, CNN decided to investigate to see if it's the masses, that's the youths, that are not saying the truth, or the Nigerian government is trying to cover up something. And they did their investigation and they came to the same conclusion. CNN came to the same conclusion that everything was true. The photos and videos the masses, the youths posted was real. And they put out this information that this is what we found out, and they tried to contact the Nigerian government and to tell them that this is what they found and everything, like what's going on. They didn't respond. They didn't want to take it as anything. But okay, CNN was like, okay, we've done our part, and that's it. Only for Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information, it's so embarrassing to come out and grant an interview saying and try to address the nation, and he's saying that CNN should be sanctioned for this false investigation and blah blah blah. Just everything he said didn't make sense. Accusing CNN for false investigation. You're accusing them for false investigation, but you yourself, you have not done any investigation. You've been saying, yes, we will, we are, we're going to do this. It's been one full month, you've not been able to do anything. In less than a month, CNN was able to do their own investigation, come out with the reports, and everything, they tabled everything. It's not as if they were not, they said they interviewed over 100 people. They took videos from people that were present, that you can see everything CNN did, they put it all out there. Now Lai Mohammed is accusing CNN of false investigation. I do not understand this. You refuse to do investigation. Someone else helped you to do investigation. Instead of you to say, thank you very much, work with what they have provided you. Now you come out to accuse these people that they should be sanctioned. First of all, let us put it out there. It's not Nigerians. It's just these blood-thirsty, power-thirsty politician that wants to drag CNN into this. But this has nothing to do with CNN. Let's face the fact. This has nothing to do with CNN. Nigerian government, your people are asking you to provide the person that gave that order that they should shoot and kill people, to shoot and kill innocent protesters at Lekki toll gate. That is what we are talking about. We're not talking about CNN and CNN's finding. Because even if you try to sanction CNN, it doesn't matter where you try to take, if you like, take CNN to the world court, if they have some type of court that the whole world, they will all come in and judge, you people will still be at fault. Was there shooting at Lekki toll gate? Yes. Now you people pretend that it was not real bullets that were shot that day. Excuse me? People know people. Everybody that saw that, people that have military friends that saw those shell casings, they said it was not blank. Those were live bullets. So for Nigerian government to think that everybody is dumb, no, everybody is not dumb. Everybody is not. Those bullets that were shot that they were not blanks. That is not how blanks look. That is what everybody has been in the military, people that have handled weapons, people that deal with guns every day. They all testified the same. They said these shell casings are real bullets. These are real bullets. These are not blanks. So stop talking about what is not important and face what is important.
I must tell you that it reinforces the disinformation that is going round, and it is blatantly irresponsible and a poor piece of journalistic work by a reputable international news organization. CNN engaged in incredible sensationalism and did a great disservice to itself and to journalism. The first instance, CNN, which touted its report as an exclusive investigative report, sadly relied on the same videos that have been circulating on social media without verification. This is very serious, and CNN should be sanctioned for that.